Hi everyone, welcome to Leisrealtalk. I've never done programs this early. This is my try. It has been an eventful week for world's two opposing superpowers. From Monday through Thursday, which is today, the Chinese Communist Party held its much delayed Third Plenum of the 20th Party Congress, when 500 top CCP leaders gathered to discuss, supposedly, their country's future. In the US, the Republican Party's National Convention, where former President Donald Trump will be formally nominated to be the party's presidential candidate for the November election, is getting much attention. The two conferences are both 4 days long, and they are held concurrently. And this week is eventful, with the health of the two countries' leaders making headlines. President Trump survived an assassination, President Biden got COVID, and the Chinese leader Xi Jinping is rumored to have a stroke at the leadership conference. I'm not sure if this microphone is positioned correctly. Now with me turning everything 180 degrees, it's can you guys hear me okay? Yes? All right. Oh, green. This green, I think this lighting on me, this green is not, it's not lime green. It's actually a darker green, but somehow under the light, it looks like a lime green. All right, sounds good. Okay, let me continue. So the rumor of Xi Jinping having a stroke has spread far and wide, and I've been asked by my viewers if it's true. My initial gut feeling was that it's false. I wasn't going to do a live stream today because I don't want to compete with Donald Trump's highly anticipated speech tonight. However, I cannot ignore some of the strange things that have happened at the Third Plenum. Some sort of internal struggle took place at the conference, and the rumor may be part of it. But after being unusually quiet for 3 days, official state media reported the CCP's Third Plenum today. The state media has not been, it's one of the major events for the party, and the state media collectively remained silent. And today, it reported it. The statement, it also issued a statement. The statement and the news report, I think, can help us obtain insight into Xi's rumored health problems. And I'll present everything I've gathered for you to make a decision. Let me just talk about the rumor first. Okay, it first appeared on Monday night, which is Tuesday morning, Beijing's time. Chinese media personality, let me come here. Maybe this is a better view. I have shown him before. His name is Zhao Lanjian. He posted on X that something big has happened in Beijing. Apparently, the rumor had already been spreading in China, but inside China, people can't openly discuss Xi Jinping's health problems. So what they use a metaphor, they use euphemism. So the story goes like this. There was a board meeting, and the chairman of the board suffered a stroke at the meeting, and his inner circle panicked. The post had a picture showing a pig being treated by doctors, and the prognosis isn't positive. Without mentioning Xi Jinping's name, the post went viral in China because everyone knows pig refers to Xi. The board meeting refers to the CCP's top leadership meeting, the Third Plenum. As a result, the index for the word stroke skyrocketed in China. Oh, this is here we go. Let me make this bigger, maybe. Yeah. So as you can see, the index for the word stroke on the left, it shoot up on July 15th. It it got so much traction that now on the right, the functionality that does index search on certain keywords has been shut down. So you can't do any search on the word stroke anymore. That's what the picture on the right shows. There are various versions of the rumor. Basically, they all said that Xi had a stroke after giving a speech on day one of the conference. Some versions say he got angry at something and then he got a stroke. Other versions say he got excited when chanting slogans. Like, if you see this, if you read Chinese. But there were details such as his mouth got crooked first, and then he collapsed on the desk. He was rushed to the military hospital, number 301 hospital, and Cai Qi took over and presided the meeting. And no one was allowed to take pictures. And if they did, they must delete the pictures on the spot. And press was asked to leave all of their filming equipment on site. They cannot take their filming equipment. People who know CCP politics say that if a rumor offers too much details, it must be false. And this one certainly fits that profile. It fits in that category. That's why I kind of dismissed it initially. But what has sort of indirectly confirmed the rumor was the odd silence by Chinese media. CCP mouthpieces collectively remained silent, with no information about the conference. No photos or visuals were disclosed for a couple of days. And this made people suspect that something went wrong. Because, CCP, anytime the party held a conference, the leaders, the event were or are embellished, right? They occupy the front lines, the front cover pages, as if nothing else matters. So it's very odd that there was no coverage of this event for a couple of days. So that made the rumors seemed more credible. Meanwhile, Beijing netizens released a video showing that the Tiananmen Square, or the Tiananmen section of the Chang'an Boulevard, which is the main road that goes in front of the Tiananmen Square, a part of that, or the Tiananmen section of that boulevard, was closed Monday night on the first day of the conference. And people in Beijing were complaining about the tight traffic control and said that they hadn't seen anything like that for a long while, So they were wondering what's going on. And again, people connected the dots, right? So if a leader was ill and he might be rushed to the hospital, and in order to keep that as a secret, they have to close down the road, so people couldn't figure out what was going on. And then after one day, Mr. Zhao, the person who kind of released this, issued a second post saying that he got it confirmed, and it's very likely that she had suffered a stroke, and it might be the result of intense infighting in the leadership. So for now, let's put the stroke aside and let's talk about the struggle within the leadership, because something did happen. On the first day of the plenum, the Xinhua news agency published a 10,000-word special editorial titled Xi Jinping the Reformer, which lavishly praised Xi Jinping, praised his reform accomplishments during his more than 10 years in power. The piece, listed all of his accomplishment as a reformer. And this piece even made him sound like a great reformer, or made him sound like he's greater than Deng Xiaoping, because Deng Xiaoping was never called a reformer. He was called the chief architect of reforms. So the fact that they named Xi Jinping the reformer, it sounds like he is greater than Deng Xiaoping. The length, title, and the timing of this article indicate that it was a heavy-duty publicity work carefully planned ahead of the Third Plenum to promote Xi Jinping. But the odd thing is, as soon as the article was published, I think it was a day later, the next day, it was suddenly taken down from the entire internet. When I say the entire internet, it means when someone tried to Google that article, you cannot even see a trace of it. It's completely gone, including from some major international news outlets. It was wiped so clean that some people, one person said there's not even a trace of hair on the internet. And that's extremely unusual because Xinhua News Agency, directly managed by the State Council, claims that it claims itself as the voice of the top leadership. Right? So Xinhua would not publish such a lengthy article randomly. The article must have been previously approved by the authorities. So the sudden removal of this article has sparked a widespread speculation. What has forced the authorities to pull the article so abruptly? And there are two possibilities. One, Xi Jinping might have realized that such high-pitched, overboard praises on him was actually a subtle form of satire because it just sounds ridiculous. It's almost like calling an ugly or an extremely ugly woman a beauty queen, right? And the effect, it only reminds people of her unpleasant look. So, and this type of work can be sarcasm planned by Xi's opponents, right? So there's a Chinese saying, like, 高级黑, it's like you wanna embarrass someone, but you don't criticize them, but you give them you give them unbelievably lavish praises to the point that it's gross, but you do that intentionally just to gross people out. And then that's actually to make fun of the subject of your praise. So that's one type. So maybe Xi Jinping suddenly realized that this calling him a reformer is actually making fun of him. And the second reason is his opponent, right? The article was removed by his opponent, who has obviously taken control over CCP's propaganda department. And this would not have happened if Xi Jinping is in power or is healthy. So how could someone ordered the removal of a piece previously planned to praise Xi Jinping when that's not Xi's intention? So people sort of indirectly concluded that it might be an indication that Xi's power has been weakened, or it's related to the fact that he got a stroke and somebody else took over the propaganda machine of the CCP. But regardless what the cause is, something is seriously wrong in the top leadership by the mere fact that such an important publicity piece on Xi Jinping was abruptly removed. Something went wrong, and that's not rumor. That's certain, right? Because you cannot argue why such a heavy-duty piece of work is removed. And then on top of that, state media's collective silence on the Third Plenum is highly noticeable. No pictures or visuals of Xi Jinping was seen in any of the media reports, while the rumors were spreading like wildfire. People can't help but suspect that something is wrong with Xi Jinping. Now, people are divided. Those who believe the rumor, I gave you the reasons for those who believe the rumor, right? One, the collective silence by the state media, and also this strange removal of this piece. Um, so that's what people that's what the people who believe the rumors say. Now, those who don't believe the rumor say that um, the reason the rumor went wild was because people want to hear and people want to believe that type of rumor. In other words, people want to believe that Xi Jinping had a stroke. It just somehow satisfy their psychological or their mental state. They want to hear that. And so that's the only reason behind why it went so crazy. Um, and so people have put their hope on the passing of their current leader. Um, and that's the reason why the rumor went crazy. But it's people's wish and doesn't mean it's true. And they say that if any rumor that carries such detailed, any rumors that carry such details are not credible, because if Xi Jinping did suffer a stroke at the event, we may hear bits and pieces from different sources without great details initially. It will be gradually leaked out over time, but it will take a while. So, despite the different views, everyone agreed that we must wait until the last day of the Third Plenum to see if Xi Jinping actually appears in the news report. Because if he doesn't, if he continues to disappear from any news report, then that means something is wrong. But if he appears, if he shows up, then the rumor is crushed. And so today, on the 18th, Xi Jinping's pictures and videos did appear in media reports. And so here, for example, this is People's Daily's front page. It had nothing, right? I mean, but this is print media. So print media can report, and they're probably delayed. So because they have to write the piece, they have to print the paper. So the fact that this is today's paper, the news came from yesterday, right? So the news came from yesterday. But normally, the Third Plenum will be like headline news. It will be on the front page, but we don't see anything, right? Usually, you will see the headline, you will see Xi Jinping's picture, but People's Daily today did not have that. So this is very, very odd. But what I want to show you, okay, yeah, this is Xi Jinping has a Twitter account or X account. It's called Xi's Moment. So today, he or his team posted this picture of him and his Politburo Standing Committee members walked into the event. And here's another picture of him. And then there were some videos. And CCTV, the Chinese Central TV network, released a long program. It's over 30 minutes about the Third Plenum. It's very thorough. It's very long, 30 minutes. And it showed Xi Jinping making speech. And I asked Chris to compile all the parts of in that program showing Xi Jinping. And I will play that video for you. And it's about 1.5 minutes long. The news piece didn't use any of Xi's original soundtrack, so it did not show any live speeches. It didn't show parts of his speech, but it used the anchor's voice over. So I just took out the VO completely. So you will just see this video. So here we go. Let me make this bigger. So this is, let me start from the beginning. So this is all the footage showing Xi, at the event, walking. Yep. And I actually somebody had checked the high resolution of the footage and show, it is actually this event, because the badges they wore did say the Third Plenum of the 20th Party Congress. So it is actually from this event. We were concerned that they may be using old footages from other events, but we checked the badges they wore. It is this event. So it is him at this event. Keep watching. It will. Yeah, he kept talking. He kept talking. And then you will see something. Chris compiled everything. I said, give me a color. Oh, here. This, see how Xi Jinping changed his clothes, right? So this is a breakout session. This is a breakout session. And he didn't wear the suit he wore in the morning. And he changed his clothes. But according to the news report, this breakout session took place Monday afternoon. Because I was concerned when that was. It was Monday afternoon. Xi Jinping and then the 7 Politburo Standing Committee members, they went to different breakout sessions. They each chaired a breakout session. So there he is at the breakout session. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Okay, and this all came from CCTV. So here's my thinking. I was almost going to dismiss this rumor until I saw this clip. Actually, what's interesting is as soon as the CCTV news report came out, you see so many media personalities, whether they are pro-China or pro-CCP or not, they all came out to say, he didn't have a stroke. He didn't have a stroke because look at him. He was walking, talking. He looked normal. But I noticed something. He is seen walking and talking normally in the video. But it showed him speaking at the big meeting and also in the breakout session. Both events took place on day 1 of the Third Plenum. So the rumor that Xi Jinping suffered a stroke in the morning at the big event, in the main hall, was not true, because obviously he did not. He went to the afternoon breakout session, right? So he didn't suffer. He didn't suffer a stroke in the morning, as they claimed, at the big session in the morning. Because if he did, he wouldn't be attending the breakout session. However, that doesn't mean that Xi Jinping didn't have a stroke after the breakout session on day 1. I looked at all the footage released by CCTV in that 30-minute long program. They used footage exclusively from day 1. There is no footage from the 2nd, 3rd, or the last day, because Xi Jinping wore 2 sets of clothes. One is the suit. It's the same tie, right? And then he wore that jacket. It was a white shirt and then the jacket. But that breakout session is in the afternoon. He might have, after he finished the morning session, he removed his suit jacket and removed his tie. He put on a casual jacket and went to the breakout session. So here's my question. Why, and we know CCTV and then Xi's moments, all these media made a very conscious attempt to show that Xi Jinping is okay, right? He's okay, he's walking, he's talking. But my question is, why didn't CCTV show any footage on the 2nd, 3rd, and the last day? Because it would be most convincing to dispel any rumors if they show a clip of him at the closing session of the Third Plenum, right? Why didn't they show any clip of that? And also, so that brings us the question, is it possible that Xi Jinping didn't attend the session on the 2nd, 3rd, or the 4th day? Now, I don't think so, because this is a highly anticipated event. Xi Jinping is the person who has repeatedly commended that the party leads everything, right? The party retains the absolute control of everything. And here you have a long-awaited planning meeting by 500 top leaders of the party to discuss the future of the country. And it's a 40 meeting. How is he going to, I mean, I don't think he's there every day, every hour, but how is he not going to attend the closed session? How is it possible that he only attends the first day of the event and then be gone? I highly doubt it. So, here's my question. There is, and also there isn't the problem of lack of footage at an event when he's the boss, right? Because I mean, it's not like he's a private person. He doesn't like to be filmed. I mean, all cameras are on him. So, the CCTV, Xi's moments, the X accounts, the army of online trolls were all eager to show that Xi Jinping was healthy. But why not use the most effective footage at the closing session to do so, right? So the fact that the CCTV used only footage from day one has left room for me to suspect that Xi Jinping might have suffered health problems at the end of day one and didn't attend the rest of the conference. And my other argument is the video showing the Chang'an Boulevard being closed, was being tightly controlled by police, was filmed at night. It was a night video. It was dark. It means that the traffic control was imposed not early in the day. It was the traffic control. The street was still closed when night falls. So, and then think about it. The information about his stroke was leaked Tuesday, our Monday night, which was Beijing's Tuesday morning, right? So I think something might have happened to him, but it's not in the morning. It's more likely at the end of the day. It might have taken place at the event. It might have taken place outside of the event, but it's at the end of the day, on Monday, the first day of the plenum. So CCP has footage of him at the breakout session, at the main event, footage of him walking in, footage of him talking, but he wore the same tie. So meaning it's the same, sessions, the same day. The former legal counsel to CCP official Hu Chunhua, Hu Chunhua was the appointed successor by Hu Jintao for Xi Jinping, but Xi Jinping didn't like him. So, he eventually became what was his last position? Vice Premier. So Hu Chunhua's former legal counsel, his name is Du Wen. This guy had been in prison for a number of years, and he recently escaped China. He posted on social media saying that this past third plenary session has the strictest security control ever. Every attendee's mobile phone was confiscated during the meeting, or they have to turn in their cell phones. And there's strong electromagnetic interference at the venue, and high-density radio was deployed to monitor signals. And his claim has been confirmed by other media personalities. So if Xi Jinping did suffer a stroke or some other health problems, we may not see any pictures or videos because of that. So to summarize, I almost dismissed the rumor before CCTV released the footage to prove that Xi Jinping is okay. However, their intention and their footage don't line up. Using only the first day of the footage to prove that Xi Jinping was healthy, after 3 days of collective silence by state media, only show that CCP is trying to cover up something that's difficult to cover up. And that is the problem. That's the disconnect in my mind. So despite the fact that many people are saying, oh, look, I even talked to one analyst that I respect very much this morning, and he said, no, he's okay. I mean, this is pure rumor because look at, I mean, he was convinced that by the footage, showed him he was okay. But in my mind, it didn't because it's only footage from day one. Why not show footage from the other 3 days? So, with that, I rest my case on the rumor of Xi Jinping's stroke. So I don't have a survey. I don't know. I don't know if Chris is there. This is early. Can we do just a random? So my question is, do you think Xi Jinping actually had a stroke at the third plenum? If you think yes, type 1. If it's no, type 2. If you think there's not enough information for you to decide, type 3. And we'll see. You could just type that as comments, and we'll see how many people believe. I want to see what people's views are. While you vote, I'll tell you about Qin Gang. The third plenum has finally settled the rumor that the former foreign minister has died. Since he's missing, all sorts of rumor about him, died, while in detention, I mean, there are all sorts of gruesome details, which I'm not going to repeat here. So basically, there were various rumors saying that he died. Even the European edition of Politico has also reported last year that the minister might have died based on its sources of information in China. However, according to the official statement issued today from the CCP's third plenum, Qin Gang resigned from the CCP's Central Committee, and his resignation was accepted by the party. The former minister is still being addressed as a Comrade Qin Gang, which means that he is still allowed to keep his party membership, right? Unlike Li Shangfu and then the other minister, they're kicked out of the party. So this soft landing, Qin Gang's soft landing, means that he's still alive and he's still alive because he didn't commit serious crimes as previously believed. He's one of Xi Jinping's favorites, and if he's dead, Xi Jinping definitely doesn't want to bring up his name because mentioning his name when he's dead is a political liability to Xi. So that means the minister is still alive, although his political career is over. That's all I have for you tonight. This is a rushed session, an early session. Let me see. Oh, I got a lot of super stickers. Van Ket. Well, thank you. I'm just gonna go over David Lopan. Thank you for your hard work. Well, thank you, David. Are you back from your duty? Well, welcome back. So happy to have you here. Let me see. Boyka China, love to lay. Well, thank you. Oh, this is let's see. I think I got. Oh, here we have. To Boyka China. Hit the. Oh, thank you. All right, from 777 to 222. I love that. Okay. Daniel McInnes. Well, thank you, from Canada. All right, I appreciate that. Brian Cowell. Well, thank you, Brian. Wow, I got a lot of recognitions for this last-minute decision to do a session. Charles Womack. Xi Jinping is a bad egg. One bad. Okay, bad egg. Okay. 王八蛋. 王八蛋, not 王白蛋. Okay, your pinyin, you don't need the I. 王八蛋. Oh, that's just terrible. It's Mrs. Reed. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Reed. Thank you. All right, let's see. Wow, that's. Oh, David Lopan again. Lei, did Putin poison Xi Jinping's tea with? I don't know. Yeah, I have actually. You know what? Speaking of Xi Jinping's definitely, I mean, people say he definitely has some kind of health problems. I mean, we've been talking about he has had 2 cups in front of him, and this started in 2020 because we compared his pictures at this sort of events before 2020. He did not have 2 cups, and this started during COVID. And this picture came up last year. Remember, he was wincing when he took a sip from one of the cups, and people said it might be Chinese medicine, herbal medicine, because he's keen on traditional Chinese herbal treatments. He's not a big believer of Western medicine, so people said that he might be sipping muddy herbal medicine, which tastes very awful. I used to drink a lot of that when I was little. I was always a sick kid when I was little. So I remember how terrible the taste. So it's not surprising that he's wincing, making that face. Thanks, Alex Dole. All right. So yes, and then people say he did exhibit signs of of having stroke, because when he walked in France, he walked, he has this wobbly walk, he's unsteady. And they're quite, not just in France. I think the visit the European tour, the European visit he did in 2019, he had people say he had signs of suffering from a previous stroke. So and in the past couple of years, rumors about his health have ranged from strokes to a brain aneurysm to pancreatic cancer, and now back to stroke again. So we don't know. We don't know. Let's see. Okay, let's see people's vote. 1, 2, 3. A lot of threes, a lot of ones. A lot of ones and threes. Twos, ones and threes are the most. 2 and 3, no and maybe. So 1 is yes, 2 is no, 3 is I don't know, or I need more information. Someone say 444. All right, so let's see. Alex Dole, who would chair a session if she was not there? It was Cai Qi. It was said, according to the rumors, they said that Cai Qi was continued the meetings, was hosting the meeting without him. It sounds like that's who will be doing that in his absence. Let's see. So yeah, most people believed he did. So 1 and 3 are the predominant answers. So we have the least amount of people believing that nothing has happened to him. So either he suffered some kind of health problems, or we don't know. Okay. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. It's hard to argue that nothing has happened. It's pure rumor. So I agree. Okay, so question. Logician 3. Explain Chinese view of dragon spirit and why she sits in Emperor Dragon chair. He believes in dragon lines for his special city. Chinese believe she is a son of the dragon spirit. It's a very good question. Xi Jinping, not only Xi Jinping, but other CCP leaders certainly believe that they're as entitled as the emperors did, although they don't say that because they're atheist, right? And they think heaven is all made up. According to CCP literature, heaven is just is all made up. So officially they don't say that, but privately they all believe that. As far as whether Chinese people believe Xi Jinping is the son of a dragon spirit, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, that's the difference between North Korea and China. I mean, North Korea, their lineage is passed on, is hereditary, right? It's passed on from grandfather to son and now to daughter. So people can argue, it's the Kim family. It somehow has more legitimacy than CCP's lineage, because how do you pass from one leader to another? There's no rule. The rules have not been set, and the leaders are trying to change the rules every time someone else is in power, right? Deng Xiaoping changed the rules, then Xi Jinping changed the rules. I mean, Hu Jintao was the weakest one, so he didn't get, he didn't have any say. So they all changed the rules. But then this system is unsustainable because everything is changing. All right, let's see. Alma, hello from the Philippines. Well, thank you. All right, Kyo. Very excited to finally catch one of your live stream. It's 3 a.m., but very worth it. Thank you for the amazing work. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Oh, here I got Glide Floss 1028. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. That seems Brandon G. Question: did you think she's polar on the first day? Polar on the first day looked off, pale. I think it's not. I think the color. I think when my editor downloaded the video, because we couldn't directly download the video from CCTV platform. I don't know what software he used. He had to do. It was not like a typical YouTube video. It was something else that he had to. So maybe during the process, he lost the color tone. So it's not saturated. I know the color isn't saturated, but that's probably because of the video transfer. All right. That's all. Moonwalker. This background is much better than the wallpaper one. Less busy and distracting. I know. I'm going to stick with this one. Although it is time consuming, because every time before the live stream, I have to turn everything around 180 degrees, and because I don't sit normally in this direction when I work. It is my office. It is my desk. So I need a few extra minutes to turn everything 180 degrees. Remove the chair, put up the lighting. So it is, but if you guys like it, I'll stick with this. And I like it too. All right. That's all. I think that's all for tonight. Yeah, he looked pale. He did look a little pale, but maybe, you know what? I'll post the original link in the description from the CCTV. You can look at it. You can look at that footage yourself, because that color is saturated. Maybe he didn't look that pale in the original video. So I'll post the link after this. Thank you very much for joining me, and thank you everyone for the donation. I know it's going to be an eventful night. Many of you are going to watch the highly anticipated speech at 10 o'clock. But with that, I wish you a great evening and great day, and I'll see you Saturday, this weekend. Okay, bye-bye.